I just want to identify with the calls that have been made for a proper debate in this House on what is happening in Gaza. It isn't unforeseeable. A number of us actually foresaw almost to the detail what is happening now in the immediate aftermath of the Hamas-inspired atrocity against Israeli citizens. And it isn't. It was shocking when we supported the Occupied Territories Bill that the Irish ambassador was called in Jerusalem, and he was reprimanded by the Israeli government. And those of us in this House who supported that bill were accused of being anti-Semites. Nothing could be further from the truth, nothing more defamatory of us. You know, all of us who believe in any form of justice, just as we called then for the immediate release of all the hostages, and I reiterate that now, the same applies 1,000% to the notion that a recognized member of the United Nations, a country which styles itself as a democracy and has Smotrich as its Minister for Finance, calling for extermination, effectively, of the Palestinians and their eviction. If you are a democracy, the people of Israel share collectively responsibility for what their government is doing in their name. And there's no escaping that. And we have to say that. And the other thing we have to say too is to their allies in Washington, and they have allies in Washington, enough is enough. And lastly, when you see Canada, when you see Britain, France, now saying things have gone too far, they've watched for 2 years while this process started, and they have been equivocating in their position throughout. And now, at this very last, at the 11th hour, they find it in themselves to call a halt. Where were the red lines which were crossed before? They're all forgotten. I'm saying our government is right to stand against atrocity being the answer to atrocity, and is right to call Israel to account for unleashing the most extraordinary atrocity that has been unleashed on any people before our eyes. And let's remember this: Hamas its existence was encouraged by the right-wing Israelis. They were encouraged so that the two-state solution would be undermined, and so that the PLO would be undermined. And you know, when you sow the wind, sometimes you reap the whirlwind. But on this occasion, it has to be said that if we were anti-Semites in 2017, those people who are doing what they are doing now are doing far more for the cause of international anti-Semitism than anything we ever did. Thank you.